It means that a small player in a fraud conspiracy can find themselves facing very, very high potential sentences. So sentencing in fraud cases is heavily dependent on the amount of loss. Hello again, it's Lana Manitta with Rossen Law Firm, and I'm here to talk to you today about sentencing in federal fraud cases. Remember to like and comment on this video and subscribe to our channel to see educational videos covering all sorts of criminal defense related topics. So sentencing in fraud cases is heavily dependent on the amount of loss, and the amount of loss is attributed to a specific offense level in the United States sentencing guidelines, which are advisory and are only one factor that a sentencing judge has to consider when sentencing a defendant. Now, there is no scientific method that was utilized to attribute an offense level to an amount of loss. It's completely arbitrary, and it doesn't take into account any mitigating factors, while at the same time allows for a number of potential enhancements. Some of these enhancements occur in every single case and are part and parcel of any modern fraud. So basically, they're really unfair. And to make matters worse, it's not the actual loss that will necessarily govern. Instead, the court can use the intended loss. So say a conspiracy tried to gain $50 million and only made $5 million. So long as the elements of conspiracy to make the $50 million are present, that's the number that's going to control for guideline sentencing purposes. So what does this mean? It means that a small player in a fraud conspiracy can find themselves facing very, very high potential sentences, and, really unexpectedly. And so folks facing fraud or fraud conspiracy charges really need to have knowledgeable and experienced defense counsel to help them navigate their options and, if necessary, the sentencing that will occur in their case. While the sentencing guidelines, purport to simplify fraud sentencing, it's really completely inappropriate to try to simplify what is really a very complex issue, both in terms of the manner and means in which the modern fraud is committed, but also the different motivations, the varied levels of involvement, and the differing roles of different defendants, disparity of profits earned, control over the activities of one another or others in the conspiracy. All of these are differences between defendants, even in the same case, that really need to be taken into consideration and juxtaposed to the simplified sentencing that the guidelines advise judges to use. So the sentencing should be a complex consideration with many layers and nuances to be considered that are all fact and defendant specific for the most part. And an effective sentencing simply cannot be conducted without preparation of a robust presentation, both in the written submission, the memorandum, the sentencing memo, or the defendant's position on sentencing, depending what district you're in. They're basically the same thing, as well as the oral presentation at the sentencing hearing. So finding counsel who has experience challenging loss calculations, battling the enhancements that are found in the sentencing guidelines, and effectively presenting all the mitigating factors that commonly arise in the modern fraud case is really crucial for a defendant charged with a federal fraud, and especially a fraud conspiracy, where the loss amount attributable to the entire conspiracy can be attributed to each individual defendant. Now, here at Rossen Law Firm, the team has this experience and has represented individuals charged with healthcare fraud, PPP loan fraud, securities fraud, wire fraud, mail fraud, tax fraud, mortgage fraud, and more. Rossen Law Firm has the knowledge and experience to help you or someone you know if they're facing fraud charges in federal court. So that's all for federal fraud sentencing. Let us know what other topics that you would like to hear about on our channel, where we try to provide educational videos on a wide range of topics involving state criminal cases in South Florida and federal criminal cases. And remember to like and comment on this video, subscribe to our channel, and thank you for watching.